Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Orange Galen, and today we're watching RWBY, Volume 9, Episode 6, Confessions with Cumulonimbus Clouds. That, so I can hear it in my head, I know how it's pronounced, but just my mouth just cannot do it. Cumulonimbus Clouds. Cumulonimbus Clouds. Okay, I noticed a lot of these episodes are having that, like, alliteration, so I guess that kind of fits the, never after, ever after, I can't remember the name of the place we're in right now, theme. Yeah, so last time, RWBY encountered that blacksmith, and I'm pretty sure, I stick by my theory that, the axe gun weapon that she saw was Summer Rose's, because the blacksmith says that nothing's ever truly lost or forgotten kind of thing. And it looked a lot like RWBY, and that little glimpse that we saw of Summer Rose, I think, and when was it? Season 6? Yes. And they got attacked by the Jabberwocky, which was an illusion of Neo's, and then Jaune appeared. And apparently he's been there for quite a while. So yeah, I was thinking, for some reason, just until I thought more of it, I, for some reason, thought Jaune was there longer because he fell first, but then I was like, wait, no, he fell last. So how is he older? Is, like, there's some sort of, like, inverse time where, like, the first one falling is, like, super young, and then the last one falling is, like, super old, so I don't know, and it's weird. For some reason, I just completely forgot it while watching the episode, and, like, immediately following the reaction, it's just, I forgot that Jaune was last, and I'm just like, oh, so that raises up a bunch of interesting questions as to, like, how did he get so old, and why does it take so long? Because I was confused as to, or I shouldn't say confused, but again, I forgot, because he was waiting for RWBY, Team RWBY to arrive, so he's like, finally shown up, and then, also another thing I forgot is that they don't know that Jaune appeared or fell, because again, he fell last after everybody else fell, so they didn't know that he was there as well. So there was that little thing, is like, why did nobody think it was Jaune? But then like, they didn't know he was there. So yeah, that's two things that didn't get across into the reaction I had, but I was thinking, so that's kind of like a background thing I had. Alright, so this is Confessions with Cumulonimbus Clouds, and speaking of clouds, it is starting to get stormy outside, so if you hear any random wind gusts or, like, rain hitting the window like it is right now, that's why. Alright, and apparently there's a photosensity. Why can't my mouth pronounce the words? Photosensitivity warning. There we go. Jesus. Alright. Let's start. Flashing lights, which may potentially affect photosensitive viewers. See? As soon as I can see it, I can pronounce it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, also another thing is that Jaune, I guess, reforged his sword, because it had the full point on it.
Just hold on.
Okay.
Where am I?
Tick tock. Oh, is that how he got older? Found a weird tree? Cluck tree.
Hey, no, wait. Wait! Stop it! Please stop!
Uh-oh. Oh, he's going back in time. Oh dear, so... So, immediately made a mistake
Maybe I'd
there.
never see you again. But I knew if I waited long enough, that you would fall. Just like I did. It's really you, right? When I saw you in the market,
Jaune. It's us.
Group hug.
How did you find us?
How are you the Rusted Knight? And when did you get so...
Mature.
Wise. Yeesh.
What happened in
Damn,
Atlas
okay.
after the rest of us fell?
Older men kink.
I guess we've all got a lot of catching up to do.
She's got 2 relics now?
And with Cinder, the ability to get another. She doesn't know where the beacon relic is.
Well, there's that to be thankful for, at least.
We lost
Oh, I
Atlas
noticed the white in
and
his
the
hair, too.
relic.
But we got everyone out safely. Jean said so.
We risked their home to save the relic, and we failed.
Getting everyone out has to count for something.
What good is saving anybody if Salem just destroys the world anyway?
That's how Ironwood thought. You don't mean that.
Are you done? We need to move before the weather turns, or it's going to take us a lot longer to get to safety. There will be plenty of time to lick your wounds later. Come on.
So, where are we going again?
My village.
Looks like they're a little closer to the
I
tree.
still can't believe you made it all the way from the Crimson Keep on your own.
Not on our own. We had help. Oh.
Yeah, the
cat
cat's
is
missing.
okay.
What cat?
Uh-oh.
That cat!
Oh, whew, I found you. Why is it you always find the thing you're looking for in the very last place you look? Jaune! Oh my! It has been an indeterminate amount of time, hasn't it? So, how have you been?
Wait, you two know each other?
Well, they'd have to. From the story.
Oh, John.
Oh, and he
I
didn't
think
get his sword
there's a
repaired. Never mind.
misunderstanding. The cat can get us all out of here.
We don't have time for this. We've got to get to my village. Don't worry. We don't need a guide.
But your friends wanted to go to the tree.
That's where you're letting them take you?
Well, yeah. That's how Alex got out. Right?
You didn't tell them anything.
Now, that's simply not true. I told them plenty of things. A few anythings and lots of somethings.
Can somebody please make sense?
That tree is death. It absorbs you, takes your memories, and turns you into something else. If you go there, it's going to erase you. They call it ascension here. That's really what it is.
Wait, the tree is what causes ascension?
That's what got the herbalist. The roots of the tree.
Pretty curious that you neglected to mention that.
Oh, excellent penmanship. But you are not from here. It won't do that to you guys.
Oh, yeah? Then what happened to Lewis?
Lewis.
Who?
Alex's brother.
Huh?
That can't be right. She had a brother? Why didn't you mention him?
Well, you never asked, silly. It was
Fair.
always Alex this and Alex that.
We've been following this story the whole time, and it's not even true.
Let's go. I've
Perfect
got
weather for a stormy
A
day.
lot of good that's done you after, what? How many years?
Can everyone please stop? This is a lot to take in.
Huh. Looks like we're stuck at a crossroads then.
Okay.
Damn it. Welcome to a thunderstorm. A weather pattern that creates a physical manifestation of a mental or emotional problem. So, we appear to be at a metaphorical and literal crossroads.
How perfectly, stupidly ever after it. This place really is the pits.
The only way out is to resolve the problem or wait until the storm passes. Let's just get moving.
Ouch.
Okay, I asked for that.
Yeah.
Where's Yang? And Blake?
Must have had something bigger to work out.
Yikes. There's that bridge.
Blake!
Oh, jeez.
Yang! What do we do?
What? I can't hear
To
you.
get to that platform. But how do we take the next step?
I think at Indiana Jones style, you just take that leap of faith. This away, that away.
You know this would go quicker if you make up your minds.
I just don't get how the story is both real and not.
It all happened.
I saw that.
Just not the way Alex said when she wrote it.
So, what? She just lied?
You have no idea.
Was
Waited
he
for you to
there?
fall for years, but somebody else showed up first. It was Alex and her brother, Louis, 2 siblings from Remnant.
Okay, that is Alex.
I told them I was from there too. I was waiting for my friends. Once I started helping them, it didn't take long for me to figure out I was in her story.
So more
I
time
was the
weirdness.
rusted knight. But things weren't always the same as the book. Like Alex. She wasn't just a little petulant or inconsiderate. She was selfish. Cruel. Like this whole world was simply make-believe and the rules didn't apply to her. Louis was the kind one. The clever one. We went places she didn't mention in the story. Like the herbalist.
The cat's not
Changed
impressed.
there. Whatever he said to her, she wasn't the same after that. She lost all trust in us. Started accusing us of things. The more I tried to get the story back on track, the more she distrusted me. Was it my fault? Did I change the story? I couldn't even be the make-believe hero.
Oh.
I didn't have time to make it
dear.
right. The rusted knight drank the poison in her stead. She said she wouldn't let anyone get in the way of her leaving. That she'd do whatever it takes. And then she was gone. So,
Fun. I
not
also saw the
exactly my
cat in
favorite
that
story
side
anymore.
there.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, why don't you trust the cat then?
The cat's role in the ever after. I figured it out later when the cat came back for me once Alex left.
Cat came back the very next
When
day.
people lose their way here, the cat convinces them somehow. Either to keep performing their role or to go to the tree and get a new one. The cat calls it healing, but it's manipulation. The cat was never helping Alex or you. Their purpose here is to feed the tree. To
Okay.
keep the cycle going.
How can you be sure?
because the cat took Alex and Lewis there. But only one of them made it back to our world.
A lot to unpack here.
You alright? I'll feel a lot better when we're together on that platform.
Huh? The wind got a little bit better?
Is it a password or something? Together! Platform! No luck? I'm sure you'll figure it out, though. You're good at that. You think so? Well, yeah. You've got a really good brain. Okay, that did something. I talked about you.
Aggressive
so-
complimenting.
You have cat ears.
No kidding.
I think your cat ears are cute.
Alright, they're figuring it out.
Nailed it.
Just keep
Even though
hold.
I don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's saying things we never said to each other.
And here's the forceful shipping.
I think you're an extraordinary person. You're always the first to lighten a situation. You act bravely when you're afraid. You do what you say.
It's like that's at least 4 boards.
Try to keep up. I like that you've never been intimidated by me. Even when you didn't like me all that much. I was a little wary of people in general. But you never gave up on them, even when they hurt you. You never give up. You know what matters to you.
I mean, yes, but also,
Let's make this quicker. Any big truths we haven't dropped on each other yet?
It gets less stormy. Oh, here we go. And if they don't, then
you-
reset.
Just think of something that didn't say it. That can't be what this is about. It's like a cliff. And if I do it, I'm just going to fall. I think we're already falling. Just say it, Yang. I think I love you. I love you too.
Alright, the BumbleBee Part 2, the garden, whatever. Oh, are you gonna kiss? Now kiss. Right. Now back to the interesting stuff.
Oh, how odd. This time you were in the first place I looked, rather than the last.
Jaune told us.
No, I thought there was more to the story. You're accusing me of something. Same page now.
You're the one who gives afterends to the tree. Why haven't you been telling us the truth?
When afterins get all higgledy-piggledy, I help them return to the ever after, yes. But you're not afterins. I'm not taking you there to ascend. I'm taking you there because you all have such delightful information for me.
You pretended like you'd never heard of the story when you met us. But Jaune had already told you.
I think old Jean's maybe a few sandberries short of a picnic these days.
I mean, probably, but
What happened when you took Alex and Lewis to the tree?
I don't know. She had told me she'd take me with her through the door to Remnant, but she tricked me. Just like all of you. You only want to use me in the same way I've only seen others as sources for knowledge and entertainment. Well, at least now I know what not to do.
We just want to get home.
Thank you for this lesson, Ruby, Rose, Huntress. I'll be on my way now. Stay with your friend.
Yeah, they're still there. Yeah. You have an audience.
Did we miss anything?
Feels like I've been waiting forever for that. Come on.
Did everybody just forget about Sun's existence? Come on.
Hey, there's something I've been holding on to for you. It was the first thing I saw when I was falling. Years later, when I finally found it, I knew I'd caught back up to the time of my closing.
Ruby? Why?
Ruby?
Huh?
Hey. Thank you, Sean.
Don't mention it.
Sean, what did happen to Lewis?
I think Alex traded him to the tree in order to leave. And then she wrote him out of the story. Good night, everyone.
Oh, Ruby, please don't be like this. I have a bad feeling she might sacrifice herself for the tree to get everyone else out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This episode, I don't know. Exposition episodes are hit or miss nowadays, it seems like, because I don't know what it is. It's just, it didn't get to me, you know? Just something about it just doesn't do it for me completely. I mean, there was good bits of it, and there was stuff that I liked. It's just not all of it, if that makes sense. It goes into that whole issue that they used to have, and I guess still have, where like the characters just get so set on information that they have and what they assume that they just kind of like put blinders on and just hyper focus in on certain aspects where they don't look at the whole picture of what's going on, or and then that whole section with the again, I like the storybook aspect of it. I always love it when they do the storybook kind of animations, and I assume we're going to see Alex again because she's got a full animation, like a full animated 3D model. And again, yeah, the cat is always the mysterious one. It's like we knew that the cat could ascend, or I shouldn't say could ascend people, but we knew that the cat could affect people or creatures in the ever after and put them into the right track. And again, it's logic for this world. You can't apply human morals and logic to this kind of world. It just doesn't work. And then especially because they're so, like, the main cast is just so dogmatic on their own views of the world for some reason. It's the selective hearing, or the selective, like, assumptions, you know, where they just go in on one point. I said it's like they go in on one point, or like a few select points, but they ignore the larger picture of what's going on, or like what's actually important. And obviously, if they find out that the tree absorbs them, then that's not good. But then that abrupt, I mean, I get it because it's Jaune, and Jaune is their friend, and obviously they're not going to turn on them. But then also, it's like the too abrupt turn on the cat too. It's like, what did the cat really do to them? Yeah, it's like, you didn't reveal all the truth, but you didn't ask. But of course, they're also going off of faulty information if what Jaune says is true about Alex and Louis, because Alex wrote her brother out of the story. And yeah, it's the oh, that's another thing. It's the but actually kind of thing. It's like, but actually Alex had a brother. But actually Alex was the bad one. And they referenced it, yeah, that Alex was like not the best person into Ever After, but they always say that like Alex had the learned her lesson at the end or through it via the book. But then again, we learned that the book is like faulty information. And on one hand, yeah, it's like, okay, it's sort of realistic, but also it just, I don't know, it's the execution of it that just doesn't have it work for me. Maybe when I'm editing and watching this over again, it'll change for me. But at this moment, I'm like 50-50 on this episode. It felt like they glossed over some stuff, but then hyper-focused in on other aspects that weren't as important. And then like a freaking like fourth of the episode is all about the Blake Yang romance that I don't know if it's been made clear, but I'm just kind of meh on. It's like as soon as they started implementing it into the show because of the shipping wars, then I'm like, let's go back to Blake and Sun, because Sun's way more interesting, I think, than Yang, Black Sun, or whatever it is. Yeah, just hopefully watching this episode back when I'm editing it gives me a better taste of it, but at the moment it's just kind of to me. But yeah, just something about it. It hit the notes, but like the notes were out of tune. That's the best I could describe it at the moment. All right. So, hope you enjoyed this episode, me reacting to it. Let me know what you think, because I've said my point on it, and again, this is just my spur of the moment, immediately after watching it. So maybe I'll catch some other stuff or understand it better, again, like I keep saying in my editing. We'll see. But at the moment, it's the I liked it, but don't like it thing, which shockingly you can have varying opinions on things on the internet. You can like something, but still not, you know? Yeah. And it's a shame because this episode hinges, or like they make it out to be like this episode changes things, so yeah, who knows? Ew, just inserting this after I almost finished editing. Yeah, my opinion did change slightly. I'm still iffy on this episode, but a lot of stuff after rewatching it made a little bit more sense. And a couple other things I just wanted to include after seeing it. Just at the beginning when we saw Jaune, I didn't remember seeing it, but I saw those two blue streaks coming down, which was Alex and Louis coming down, so didn't see that the first time, or if I did, I forgot about it. And then I also saw, when time was about to go backwards, I saw Team RWBY going in reverse order of when they fell, so that was a little detail that I didn't pick up the first time. And I'm looking at notes that I made just to keep everything in my head. But also, something else that I didn't think of is how did Alex and Louis fall into the Ever After to begin with? I don't think that's been explained yet. So how did they fall in here? Because obviously we know how RWBY and Jaune fell. They had to use a relic. So unless a relic was used or something like that. And then Jaune was going off of a faulty book to begin with. I mentioned this before, but Jaune was going off of a faulty book, and he was trying to get things onto the story that he knew, but that's immediately that was going off, and he was thinking, he's like, what's happening? What's going on? And then because Jaune was trying to get the story on track and telling them about it, assumedly, then that's how Alex knew what to write. So kind of like circular timeline, I guess it is. Like circular, yeah, like a closed loop time paradox, you could say. She knew what to write because someone who had read it told her what it was, how it was written. And again, they don't know exactly what happened to Louis because Jaune assumes that the tree absorbed him somehow, but we don't know that. And the cat especially doesn't know that. And that goes into how did Alex trick the cat to begin with? Because the cat wasn't there to see Louis get absorbed by the tree. Maybe it knew because it's connected to the tree. And I still stand by that can't apply their rules to the Ever After because admittedly we don't know if the cat is telling the truth or not, but it sounds plausible. It sounds reasonable that Ever Afterlings, or Afterlings, I think is what they were called, are the only ones really affected by the tree that go through the ascension thing. And again, I mean, it does go into, I think Jaune kind of mentioned it, but it does go into like just repeating the cycle, which again is their world, not human world or not remnant. Yeah, one other thing is, I might include this into another episode, but I hope, because in the intro they like overlay Neo on top of Alex, and I know that the Neo book is out, but I haven't read it. I don't know what it's called. And I think her name was like Trivia or something like that. I don't know. So spoilers or whatever. I haven't read it, don't know, haven't looked it up, but I hope that they don't retcon it into that like Alex is somehow related to Neo or whatever, you know? Like the absurd fan theories that were happening early on in RWBY. Like Neo was Ruby's mother or something like that. That was one of them. But yeah. And the last thing I have is just what exactly happened at the Herbalist. That goes into something that I forgot to talk about. It's just that one of the things that irked me, or two things, I should say, that like irked me, and then once I realized what it was, I'm kind of better at, was this was another example of mostly telling but not showing, which RWBY has an issue with a lot of the time. I mean, there's some exceptions where they do like the whole storytelling thing, which this did, but then there's other bits of it that they were just expositing all over us. So they were doing the telling not showing thing, which is mostly missed in medias, like books and TV shows. Mostly missed. Sometimes it works. In this case, it largely didn't, but I think that goes into the second bit where we're not supposed to know all of the information at once. It's gradually revealed in bits and pieces, and I think it could have been done a little bit better, but honestly, I'm okay with it now. I think that's the way to go, because we don't get all the information at once, and so that way we get more revealed as the show or the season progresses, and yeah, okay. And back to the outro. Yeah, okay, so this has been Orange Gallon. Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more, hit the notification. I update on Saturdays for RWBY. And, yeah, I shall see you all later.